Okay. Hello. I am student ST10506508, and here is my app from my assignment one for IMAD 5112, if I'm not mistaken. Yes. So what this app essentially does is it helps people who are struggling to maintain their relationships, whether it be with a family member, a friend, or even a coworker at work. So how it works, you might be wondering, is that you get into the app simply by installing it to the Play Store, and you click on a button. Now this button, the text display, it tells you which button you've clicked, just in case you can't see the color of the button. And once you've clicked on it, or any of them, it will show you what you've clicked on. And this is done by the if statements. Well, not exactly the if statements. The if statements are just checking if you've checked on a button. Like you clicked on a button and it changes the text to morning is checked, mid morning has been selected, or afternoon has been chosen. Now, what this specific line of code does is that once you've clicked on one, like let's say this is a radio group, just putting that out there, just for the misconfusion, because you might think that it's one thing. No, these are two different radio groups, one for the morning and one for the afternoon and night. Well, morning to afternoon and afternoon to night. Okay. What this does is that, well, what this does is that it allows me to essentially check which button has been selected, and like only one button can be selected at a time within a group. And thanks to that, I've been able to essentially just change the text display if it's been checked, if a radio button has been checked. If it hasn't been checked, for example, let me just clear that. Hasn't been checked, it changes if the text to please pick what time of day it is to Spock. Now, if it has been checked, which it would be on this side, it will present a message, a Spock rather, like reach out to a colleague with a thank you, or send a good morning text to a family member, or maybe even share a funny link or share a meme with a friend, like we all love to do. I hope. Now, this, or this rather, is the same thing as this, just for more like the afternoon snack to night. It does a similar thing, but this line of code is similar to this one. Now, this one, what it does is that if a radio button within this group has been checked, then the radio buttons on the other group has to be cleared so that you don't have two on at the same time, because this can be confusing and it makes you wonder which one have I actually picked if you're not actually paying attention to which one you've picked. So that's what it does. It just clears it out, makes sure that you only have one, like that, only have one on. And because of that, it makes it simpler just to like for this code to run and see which is checked. Because if you have two, it could be a problem. It could crash it. That's why I only wanted one on. Now in button Spock, what it does is that the radio button which you've chosen, like right now, let's say mid morning, once you press Spock, it will go through a series of if statements to see which button is on and what should I do if that button's on. Like for example, right now, let's say night. It's currently nighttime, 9 o'clock. I want to spark at night, and it says leave a thoughtful comment on a friend's post, like maybe on Instagram, TikTok, or even what apps I use, Facebook. Yeah. So that's what Spark does. It gives you suggestions on what you should do at that certain time. This is this is all up to you on what you want to do at that time, but it's just a suggestion to get you going and up on your feet with your social relationships if you've really need it. Now on the button reset though, what this does is that it takes everything back to how it was before. The text display gets changed back to how hope you are having a lovely day, and it clears the buttons and everything, the radio groups, sorry. But yes, that's my code. Am I happy with it? Yes, I think it looks amazing. The camera. These were provided through Pinterest posts. Someone, I'm pretty sure it's on here on my reference somewhere. Yeah, right here. It's all called an old paper background, posted by Moncade in 2026 on Pinterest. Here's the link if you need to check it out. And here's other couple of links on what I used to make this app, like Android Kotlin for beginners, how to use the radio buttons. I didn't know how to use them at first, but yeah. Anyways, thank you for allowing me to explain to you what my app does. I hope you love it. Thank you. Goodbye.